I am back.
All right. So we go from, like, I don't think we rolled any. I can't think of any despairs we rolled in the last campaign, and then we go to one session 3 despairs.
And I pocketed one of them too.
Yes, I know.
So, but anyways, okay. So here's what happens. She's a little nervous, but she's still, acting like she belongs. She walks behind the counter and she sees exactly the bottles that 4K is talking about. She touches them, and sure enough, it swings down, and she pulls out the data pad, and as she has the data pad in hand, as she's swinging the bottles up, she hears this. What the criff are you doing? She sits there, she turns and she looks towards the private room, and Nevin and Beloshi are standing right outside, staring at her with the data pad in hand. Gonna close that up. So, there's your despair. And at this point,
I signaled to her to toss it to me.
Yeah, she does. I mean, it's low gravity. She just kind of, throws it at you, and it just kind of floats. And before I decide what I'm going to do, what are your intentions to just kind of bolt?
Yep.
Let's roll.
She's gonna stay right there, and I'm going.
Roll initiative.
Which one?
So we're gonna try. I think we're gonna we're gonna a chase scene. I would say you were definitely not expecting this, so we're gonna actually make this a vigilance check. I know we've had a long conversation about this.
It's all right. I'm not terrible at vigilance anyway.
No, I just think it's funny that I originally thought that vigilance was the more prominent one, but it makes more sense to have it cool. But the first initiative that we roll as IGN
I know.
is a vigilance.
The one that I train in. All right. Rolling mine. Success and 3 advantage.
You roll this is going to be for one of them, so roll a green and a yellow.
All right. Success and 2 advantage.
And we're going to roll, give me a, where is his, that's, shoot. What's, vigilance key off of?
It is a willpower.
Yeah, okay, give me 2 green.
1 success, 1 advantage.
We have
Getting
a
progressively worse.
PC and PC. Oh, we should probably roll initiative for Renee, which will be 3 green.
2 success, 2 advantage.
Oh,
so far
and you only
best.
rolled 1, right? So we're gonna throw her up there as the NPC or APC. Yeah. So for now, we have other players at large.
Okay.
But so we have PC, NPC, NPC.
Sounds good.
So
So
it's to you.
I will go first, and I yell at her, or I shout to her to run, and then I book it.
Okay. And where were you standing? So I'm gonna set the. I guess I set the scene here a little bit.
So I mean, I had barely kind of entered, because my last action was going towards the weapons lockers.
Right. Okay.
And then I kind of looked around. I never really entered. I just kind of scoped out the place a little bit. Better than just the narrative that I was given.
No, that makes sense. Oh shoot. Actually, I'm sorry. You have to give me one more. I forgot to. Let's see. Do I have his stat block somewhere in here? I don't think I do. I don't think I do. Do I? Give me 2 purple. Or 2 green, sorry.
I was gonna say that's a terrible
more.
initiative roll.
Because there is
Two
Beloshi,
success,
there
one
is
advantage.
the Beloshi, there's the Navin, and there's also the bouncer who happens to be standing right by the weapons locker. Do you remember how many advantage?
How many advantage you got? No, I wasn't
Yeah.
writing all of them down.
Because it was still 2 success, right? I want to say it was. I don't think it was. I think it was still 1. So we'll go PC, NPC, PC, NPC, NPC.
Okay.
Because if straight up tie, it still goes to the player. And I think she at least rolled 1 advantage, so we'll give it to her. But so as you're standing up here, basically if you're looking at a map of it, which I am, the top left is the entrance with the weapons lockers.
Which is
all
like
the way
on
in-
like a balcony or something, right? It was
No,
overlooking. Oh,
Mm-mm.
okay, so it's
No, it
all
just walks to
one
the- so
one floor.
The kind of the balcony-esque thing is all the way straight across from you up the top right corner is
Okay.
like the dance floor, and up a little bit is like the DJ booth, but it's empty. Nobody's ever doing that anymore. And the complete opposite diagonal bottom corner is where the private room is. So they're like medium range from you. They're about as far as they can get.
Okay.
Straight down from you is the bar where Renee is. So you're up by the weapons locker, standing right next to the bodyguard. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So
I would
you're-
like. I'm gonna make a brawl check to push him over the weapons locker.
Oh boy. Okay. I will also I'll say that you still have one other character who's still floating around. If you want to holler at him.
We'll see if we need it. I'm trying to just get out of here.
So you're gonna attempt to just push him over the locker.
Yeah, for my action, I want to push him over the locker.
Okay. So it is a melee check, which should be 2 purple.
Yes.
And I say should be
No, that
because
should be
I
a brawl check,
don't-
right? Because I'm not using a
Yeah.
melee weapon.
No, sorry. Well, yes, it's a brawl check.
Okay.
But when you're making a melee, which you can still either do
Because melee is
like
a different
brawl
skill,
or
so I just
weapon.
wanted to.
You are making a brawl check, but it's a overall melee attack.
Yes.
You're not making it with a weapon, right? So it should be 2 purple. And I'm
Yeah,
You're
I
gonna
mean,
have to help me
I
correct on
have. I guess I do have my brass
It's-
knuckles.
it stands to reason that you could have collected them on your
But,
way
I mean,
out.
we collected our
Or-
weapons when we escorted Morbet, so and I never really entered again.
Right.
So is that something that I would be able to do if I attack him, or is it just
So-
like should I just push him?
You're gonna push him, and I would say if you get
Okay, so
2
brass
advantage,
knuckles,
you'd be
then-
able to knock him down. We'll add for damage.
Okay.
Um,
Because I'm not
right,
trying to
that's all it does.
necessarily hurt him. I just want to knock him over. But I do have like things like disorient and stuff with my vibro or my brass knuckles.
Oh yeah, so I mean that'll definitely help. So what you want to, so if 2 advantage, you'll be able to knock him down over the lockers.
Okay. All right, here we go. 2 success, 2 threat.
So as you turn around, he's standing right next to you, and you just give him a shove, and you do. What's your total damage?
If
output?
if I'm just doing melee, or well, not melee, but a brawl with the knucklers, damage is 3.
Okay. So yeah, you and this dude, it's a big briny dude. You give him a shove, and
Plus the 2 successes, so 5.
he's up against. What's that?
Plus the 2 successes that get added on, so damage base
Oh, yes,
is 3 and then 5.
5. Yep. Okay. So you.
Which brawl goes
Uh,
towards strain, right? If I'm just punching a dude.
Yeah, but he's a metagaming. He's a minion. They don't suffer strain.
Oh, that's true.
But either way, you give him a shove. He bounces up against the lockers, and you can tell that these weren't actually very well assembled. And there's like a locker up very high, and it kind of falls down and like bounces off the top of your head, or it comes down off you, and you have to quickly get out of the way. And so you're going to suffer a couple strain to dodge out of the way of that.
Okay.
And so then it's an NPC turn. So obviously you instigated this fight.
Yeah, my maneuver. I'm gonna
Oh, sorry. Yes.
move a range band.
Oh, okay. Well, so you're moving farther out.
Yep.
I'm guessing.
Yes, I'm gonna
Okay.
leave the bar.
Then it will be the. We're gonna go with the bouncer, and he is. So you're now basically long range from Beloshi and the guy, the Nevin, but you're at short range from the bartender. So he's mad. And Nevin screaming, "Stop him! Stop the thieves!" So bodyguard comes after you, and he steps on you, and he muscles. So can you do me a favor and roll a? Let me see. Give me 2 green.
Okay.
Versus 2 purple.
All right. So he's coming over to push me, or
Yeah, basically.
grab me,
He's,
or whatever he's doing.
he's coming after you to try to tackle you down to the ground. He's got that, he's kind of set low. He's got his arms out. He's coming running after you.
Okay. Here we go. Failure, but 1 advantage.
Okay, well, as he's, he's chasing after you, you kind of have to do this little stutter step, and so you're a little bit off balance, so you're gonna get a setback
Okay.
check, and Renee just goes. Excuse me. She goes running out after you, and so basically, from where she was about medium range from the exit. So she's going to just spend her turn to move up to now. She's basically standing at the weapon lockers where you were, and again, Beloshi and Naveen as well are just kind of huffing and puffing after you, where they were again about medium range from you. So they both maneuver, and now they're basically standing right up next to Renee. And that brings us back to the top of the initiative.
All right. So Morb's not too far away. 'Cause
No,
he was kind of
he was
milling
down
about.
around the corner. I would say at most he's probably long range from the entrance, which you stepped out into. So now he's about medium range from you.
Okay. So I would like to. I kind of shout to him that we need to get back to the ship.
He comes back real quick. He's like, "Is there trouble?"
I have the datapad with Neville's information, but they know I have it.
Understood. And so, why don't you... Again, he's not expecting this as well. Where's his character sheet? So, of course, now that I retooled him a little bit... I'm just gonna... Let me think about this. I'm trying to figure out how to insert him into the combat. I'm just gonna stick him at the bottom of the initiative.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you can kind of do whatever, I would think, because we're kind of at the top of the order, and I'm already kind of out there, so shouting to him is kind of an incidental, so we haven't really gone anywhere. We're at the top of the order, so can kind of just do as you will. If you wanted to roll,
I'm adding
just put him somewhere.
Well, I don't... I'm just gonna add a PC slot to the end of the order. Okay. So you still have a PC maneuver. If you take it, Morb is not going to head back to the ship. He's going to come to you, because even though you are a droid, you guys have worked together for a really long time, so he looks at you as more like a partner. So if he knows there's trouble, he's gonna come to you and not run to the ship.
But I mean, we're. How far away is he? Because, I mean, I've already exited on my last round, exited the bar where I thought he was just kind of milling about, so we're kind of even.
He was
or
known
short
about,
range.
but because it was down a long hallway, and so you're medium range from him now.
Okay.
But he's just around the corner because he was supposed to leave the ship. So that's kind of where he ended up, is down around the corner. So he was out of sight from the bar.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's probably
Yeah.
just around the corner waiting for you, which is about medium range from you, but you still can't quite see him yet because he still hasn't popped his head around. So basically, if he just does this, whoop, you'd be able to see his head
Yeah.
at medium range.
Okay.
Well,
I mean,
but
I'm,
I'll let you decide who takes.
I'm spending both my action and my maneuver to go 2 range bands, so I'm booking it. So I figure
Okay.
he can take it from there. There's nowhere to go to. That's what I'm getting at. He doesn't need to come to me. We're already kind of there.
Okay. No, okay,
Or
that's fine.
or
Yeah, so
that,
as
or I'm
he's-
past him. So
Well, you're engaged with him essentially at this point. And then as you come running by, he's like, "Where's the girl?"
I say she's behind me. Last I saw.
Okay. So, it's the PC's turn, and it's gonna be again the bodyguard. So, and as you get farther out, he whips out as he's slung to his back, he whips out a blaster rifle, and he's gonna take a shot at you. So the blue flash out at you, but that's going to be, let's see, and he was at medium range from you, so he uses maneuver to pull out. He's going to take, well, he can't do that. He's going to pull out his rifle, and he's going to take a 3v3 shot at you.
Is that supposed to mean 3 green, 3 purple?
Sorry, yes. I fell into echoing mode for a minute. 3 green, 3 purple.
All right. Here we go. 3 success.
He
Okay.
whips out the, and you see those blue rings just pew, 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 and it hits you, and sparks kind of fly up your
What's
chassis, and
the,
you take
What's his
12.
total put out? Okay, so I've got 4 soak plus 1 against energy weapons, so 5. 12. Good golly, Miss Molly.
it's a blaster rifle.
Apparently. So I am taking 7 still. Yikes. As an incidental, I just want to be like, never mind, you can shoot them.
Yep. Okay. Well, this is what Marvel was made to do.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
that's what I
it-
thought about all my checks today, so you know what? Good luck.
That's true. Have all of his fancy tricks and stuff because he's supposed to be a gunslinger and shoot first, but everybody is gone, so he kind of loses that. But since he is a gunslinger, as incidental, he just whips out both of his blaster pistols and he points them at the and he lets loose. Let's see. Okay, so if you could do me a favor, and again, they are at medium range, but he is aiming down his sights, as he is wont to do. So I need a, where is his, over, give me 1 yellow against 3 purple, because he is aiming.
One yellow, 3 purple?
1 yellow, 3 green,
Oh,
3 purple.
okay.
'Cause he
I didn't hear the
aim.
3 green from before, so I was like,
Yeah.
ugh.
Forget the, don't forget the blue.
And the blue for the aim. Okay, here we go. Boom, boom. Pew, 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 pew.
since he does have paired weapons, he is designed to fight these together. Advantage. Because I only have to spend one. Two. He's shooting both of them, and again, he flicked him on stun. He's not trying to kill the guy, right? He's not that heartless. So a little blue circle lace out, and the guy just crumples in a heap.
Nice.
And he just is like, and with that, it is a PC's turn, Renee, and so at this point, Morb can kind of see her, and he's like, come on. What's that?
Which NPC slot's going down?
I'm gonna knock off the. Well, actually, you know what? He took the first one. He already went, so he took the first one. So I'm gonna knock off that one. So it's gonna be PC, PC, NPC, NPC, PC.
Okay.
It's not really clear on which NPC slot you're supposed to get rid of.
Yeah, I know it's not, but
So I'm gonna take out the one that, since he has already gone, I'm gonna take out the slot that he.
sure.
Because that makes sense. He's waving at Renee, come on, and she just, books it all the way down, so she's now standing next to you guys. And poor old, chubby, jovial Naveen, who is now pissed off, is huffing and puffing, followed by Beloshi, who's irate, still screaming, and he's also screaming into his comlink now at this point, by the way. But they make it to the weapons locker, and that's their turn.
Well, he's gonna be sad when he opens it. Okay, so both of those guys are at the weapons locker, which is still medium from us?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, and... Sorry, I guess I got it. I got it backwards. There's a PC at the bottom. It doesn't matter. Anyways, it's PC, PC, NPC, NPC, PC.
Yeah,
We're at
nobody
the top
did
of the
anything
order.
of consequence, so...
No.
Okay, so...
They wouldn't have been able to do anything, because
Yeah.
she was at the weapons locker. They wouldn't have been able to do anything. They used their entire turn to get there. She ran away.
Okay. So she made it
Now we...
to us, or she's still short range from us?
She's made it to you guys.
Okay. God, I'm just so useless in combat. Yeah, I don't have anything I can do. I mean, unless I run back at them. So, I would like to... Shoot, I don't know if it'd be streetwise or perception, but as like I'd like to see if I could spot like a shortcut back to the docking area.
That's a good question. I think Streetwise is more kind of dealing with the criminal underworld and stuff. Perception might have been more like something that you noticed, or you kind of got a good feel for the layout of the space station. So I think it might be more perception.
Okay.
Oh no, I was thinking of school. Well, yeah, I guess I could accept a Streetwise for that too.
They're both the same, so it really doesn't matter.
I will let you. Let me see. So, what kind of difficulty do I want to make this? It was kind of intense. You're in the middle of battle. You didn't necessarily, like scope out the whole ship or the whole space station. You just kind of jumped from one place to another. So I'm gonna say it's going to be 2 purple plus, since the intensity of the battle is going to be a black.
Black, and then because it's
She is moved.
all right, and then
So the 2.
So 2 purple, 1 black for the intensity of the battle. Got it. All right, I'm good with that. Here we go. Yeah, 2 success, 2 advantage.
Nice. So you do recall, as because it took you probably a good maybe 10, 15 minutes. No, maybe not quite. Maybe 10 minutes. Like, because of the crowd and stuff, you kind of had to force your way through. I mean, the station isn't big, but it's still a pretty
I
large
assume
space
so. The
station.
blaster fire's starting to spread out some people too.
Yeah. Well, That is true. The corridors that are right around you have become fairly empty, but you did, as you were walking, you did notice that you didn't necessarily walk a direct route, but that you kind of ended up jogging around, and so it occurs to you that there's probably some maintenance tunnels or maintenance passages that might lead kind of straight in between the two. And
Can I have the 2 advantage be that there's one of those right here?
oh, hey, look, what's right there?
Yeah.
It's a maintenance tunnel.
So I kind
Yeah.
of gesture everybody and say this way, and I head in.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys do me a favor and roll me a stealth check against
All right. Well, can I just take
Well-
the failure?
Morb has 4 in agility.
All right. So it's a group stealth check.
Yeah, it's a group stealth check.
Well, we'll
So
be
we're going to
using
just
his.
go with 4 green against 2 purple and a red.
Hey. Now that the possibility of despair is definitely there. Hey, gosh. All right.
Okay.
Here we go. Nope. Nope.
Failure and a threat. Okay, so as everybody herds into the maintenance tunnel and it closes behind, you kind of hear Nevin shout from the back. He's like, "I think they went to the service tunnels." Yeah, so that's what the stealth check was for, to see if you could just kind of pop in there without
Yeah.
them catching you. But they saw you. So we're still.
So should I use my
So
slot?
well, I guess.
Unless
you
that
use
was
your-
like an incidental, or is that...
I would say it's an incidental to kind of. You're just trying to kind of recall information, so it's going to be a maneuver to get you in there.
Mhm.
And I guess how this stealth check pans out is the fact that you
mean,
still have a
that-
PC going after all the NPCs, so somebody's still kind of hanging out at the outside as you guys are moving in.
Okay. So that was the second PC action, was the stealth check.
No, since I called for it, it's kind of like it was an incidental, just kind of an
Okay.
in-between thing. So you still have your, full range. It will cost you a maneuver to get in there.
Mhm.
You kind of have to pop open the door, right? And I'm sure there's a lock.
Yeah,
that you
oh,
can
yeah.
just kind
I'm moving in.
yeah. Okay. And so Morb herds Renee in after her. So both of you move into the maintenance tunnel, and he's standing outside with his guns drawn.
What a hero.
Yeah. So, for his turn, Beloshi runs over to the weapons locker, punches it open, and you just hear this crapping and just bang as it slams the door. For his maneuver, Navin runs up to his bodyguard and he's like, oh, he shakes him. He's like, "Are you okay?" And that will be the end of that turn. As you can as you look in, it seems like at this point Nevin is more worried about his bodyguard, and deal has been concluded. It's no longer Nevin's problem about the data.
Mm-hmm.
So he's he's more concerned with his bodyguard. So I would say that brings us back to the top of the order. But
did more move into the maintenance tunnel?
Oh no, yeah, he moved in. He's gonna take a pot shot at first. Thank you for reminding me.
Sure.
See, it's not easy trying to play the game and run the game.
Oh,
I
what?
forgot about-
Really?
I forgot about. Yeah, I know. I forgot about my
I
own
know
character.
nothing about GMing.
I know. So give me a yellow, 3 green against. What did I say that they were about medium? So 3 purple.
3 purple for medium.
Mhm.
Medium's 2.
Isn't it?
No.
Is it 2? Sorry.
Yeah, because
What
short
was
is
it?
1.
You're right. I screwed up. No, some of those shots. Well, actually, the shots that were harder actually hit. So roll it.
I know. I got shot. Pew pew.
Well, we are going to spend 1 advantage to shoot with both of his pistols. So still set on stun. He's shooting at Beloshi. So it's going to be...
What a guy sitting to stun.
Well, again, he's not a cold-hearted killer yet.
That's a rival.
Not yet.
No.
Actually, he's... oh, crap. Yeah, I screwed up. Thank you for pointing that out. No.
I was just saying rival bounty hunter. I was not saying a rival level dude. But
No.
okay.
It's he's a nemesis actually, and I forgot that he has adversary.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Okay.
I
so
take it
that
back.
would be 6, 7. That's
We're
a
gonna get
circle,
pulverized
6,
here.
5, 4. So he takes 4. So that's 5. That's 6. So that's 3. So 4, 5, 6, 7. He's up to 7. Where's his wound threshold? Okay. Yeah. So he's.
Math
Wow.
is hard.
Hey, yes it is. So Morbid's sitting there with his 2 blaster pistols, and all of his bullet. They're not doing a lot of damage, the little blue rings, but they're hitting him, and some of it you can tell he's just kind of shaking off, but he's getting hit quite a bit. But it's slowing him down. So I would say that he's going to take a strain for that. An extra strain. Okay. Now, we're back at the top of the PC.
At the top. So I'd like to do a skullduggery check to lock the door. I know skullduggery is normally to unlock something. I would like to lock it. So
Well,
that
you
he cannot chase us.
recall Star Wars door logic, right?
Well, I mean, I can punch it. I don't have a blaster.
Well, yeah. But Star Wars door logic is you shoot the control panel and it stays in the either open or closed depending on what you want. If it's closed and you want it open, you shoot it, it opens. If it's open and you want it closed, you shoot it, it closes. If it's closed and you want it to stay closed, you shoot it, it stays closed.
Can I
Star
punch
Wars
it?
door logic. So,
I would have to punch it.
you can punch it if you want, but I'll let you do a skullduggery check. It's how are you trying to lock it? What do you like?
I'm just trying to secure it so he cannot get in. Like, it's not open like it was when we came in.
Right.
So, like,
so
if
are
he's
you-
got to do a maintenance or mechanics check to...
So you just
cycle
kind
it
of
or-
trying to like break the latch so it you can't just like turn the handle and open it basically.
Yeah,
you know,
I just
you're
I
trying to-
wanted to be secured. I mean, yeah, I don't have, like,
Okay.
a key to lock it, per se, but if I can...
Okay,
bend the-
it's not a security door or anything. So just give me 1 purple for that. It's not made to keep anybody out really. So just give me 1 purple.
Alright. So, yeah,
Yeah, so-
I just...
What do you do to this thing?
So I go through and I kind of grab the handle and just, like, crank it in such a way that it doesn't actually function anymore. Like, I just kind of pull it so that, you know, normally when you grab the handle, it actually mechanically, like, cycles a mechanism that opens the door. So I want to
Okay. Yeah.
bend that in such a way that it's not going to do that.
So basically, he's gonna have to try to brute force this open.
Yeah, and for the 2 advantage, I want to spend to upgrade the check if he tries to do so.
So not only is he going to have to try to wrench this door open, it's stuck good. I mean, you're
yeah,
going to have to be you need a Wookiee to open this thing now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I like it. Let's do that. That'll work.
And then I'll
okay.
spend maneuver to
so-
keep running down the...
Well, I would say, let's do this. So you guys are gonna keep running down. Everybody's gonna keep running down the hall.
That's as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. So it's a pretty long maintenance tunnel, though. It's a big station. But so what we're gonna do before we end combat is go ahead and give me a 2 green versus we're gonna do 2 purple, a red, and a black.
Okay.
And as you're running down, you hear the door, like somebody like shaking on the door and stuff, and it's shaking it, and
Annie fails with
We're just
3
kidding.
threat.
you hear, and then you get, son of a moof milker, and the door's just shaking and stuff. It goes quiet. So we are out of combat.
Sweet.
So you guys just head into the ship.
Yeah, might as well. Not much left for us here.
So give me we're gonna do a combined cool check.
Right?
Let's see. Renee has 1 green, 2 yellow. Morb has. Let's see. So her willpower is 2. Willpower is 2. My willpower is. Wait, no, it's not willpower. I'm trying to do a combined check. I'm trying to figure out. It's cunning. Her cunning is 3.
Cool check
Yep, so
is
we're-
presence.
Oh, I'm looking at survival. Thank you.
It's not even close.
Yeah, I know. Whatever.
Alright.
And do 1 green, 2 yellow, and 2 blue for you guys for Morb and 4K against 2 purple.
Okay. So 2 yellow, 1 green, 2 blue for positive.
Yes.
Okay. Barely successful.
As you guys are walking down this maintenance hall, it occurs to Morb, and he relays this information to 4K that he saw Beloshi's bodyguards walk down the hallway, and he hadn't seen them since.
Okay.
His bodyguards are unaccounted for. So, as Morb's thinking that if Beloshi knows that we're in here, it stands to reason that they might be waiting for us in a hangar.
Well, we'll still beat Beloshi there, and I'm not worried about his bodyguards. And I say as much.
He's
whatever
more-
ruffians that he has hired don't stand a chance.
We're still holding his pistols, and he's like, yeah, that's right.
Nothing gets between
Okay,
us and
just
the
keep-
Velvet Vengeance at this point.
And, Morb just kind of looks at 4K, kind of smiles and nods, and he turns over to Renee, and he says to her, stay close. All right. You guys make it to the end of the maintenance hatch. And it conveniently pops out at the hangar as you're looking. It's not a solid door. It's, it just kind of grades as you can see through. You can kind of see, you can see the Velvet Vengeance, and you can see as you can kind of see across the hallway. You can see a couple other maintenance hatches and stuff, and you can see the bodyguards are stationed away from you at medium range, kind of way where Beloshi would come, next to another maintenance hatch that's down there as well. You're kind of sitting there waiting to you, so you have a straight shot at the Velvet Vengeance, and the bodyguards are kind of off to your right. It's from you is actually at long range. It is a pretty decent sized hangar. I mean, there's like 7 or 8 ships in there at this point.
Okay,
And-
so the ship is long range from us. How far away are the bodyguards?
So unfortunately, you are not making it to the ship. Guards get a chance, but you do have the element of surprise.
Yeah, how far are they?
Medium.
They're medium. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. I want to have Renee go out first, because they were shut out before they even knew who she was. They were sent back.
Mhm.
So I want her to kind of head out and try to distract them. Pull their attention the other way.
Morg kind of looks at you, and you can tell that he's extremely uncomfortable with this. Sending out a woman out there who could potentially be in danger. He's, I don't know. And Renee's like, no. She's like, I'm doing this. She's like, I'm a part of the team now. So what exactly is she doing to distract them?
She's just kind of gonna
I think I will point out, it is a hangar.
Mm-hmm.
It is a hangar full of all kinds of machinery and fluids, all kinds of tools and stuff to maintain it. So there's all kinds of things that you could potentially do to cause any number of distractions.
Mm-hmm. She's just gonna kind of head out and try to just catch their attention with her very overly flirtatious kind of like swaying the hips and just really kind of just trying to catch their eye.
Okay, so you can definitely do that. It's going to be pretty hard because they are expecting combat.
Yeah, they're expecting combat.
That you guys are running around.
Mm-hmm.
So it is definitely going to be pretty hard to pull one over on them. So it's going to be her charm, which is 1 green. It's going to be against 1 green, 1 red, and 1 black. Again, since they are expecting some combat.
So 1 green, 1 red, 1 black.
No. 1 green, 2 yellow.
Oh. Either you're cutting out or you're not saying all.
Unfortunately, I printed this out in black and white.
It was a great decision.
And so I'm also, as I'm reading this, I'm also reading their stat block, which my brain isn't necessarily converting it into opposite. So it's going to be 1 green, 2 yellow, 1 purple, 1 red, 1 black.
Okay. All right.
And I am going to actually spend a point because they are expecting trouble, and if they don't buy this could be pretty disastrous for her. So,
what does that put the pool at?
That puts it at 2 green, 1 red.
No.
I'm sorry.
The Destiny pool.
Oh, the Destiny pool. 2 light, 1 dark.
I'm gonna upgrade her check. Give you 1 back.
Okay. So noted.
All right.
It's up to you if you want to do this.
Yep.
Okay.
Failure and a triumph.
Oh, jeez. All right. What do I do with that?
So she doesn't necessarily sway them with her female charm, but as she's trying to really overly sway the hips and just really kind of saunter around, she bumps into one of those tool chests and it kind of clatters on the ground and kind of tools hit an asteroid and he runs over into some barrels of oil or grease or whatever, and it spills out and it's just this big it just makes this big mess, and it doesn't distract them totally, but it makes it for like slick, difficult terrain around
Yeah.
their area.
Yeah, no, I definitely okay. I like it. So there's just this big mess in the way. Yeah, no, I like it. Okay.
And then, so I lean over to Morb and I say, that grease is particularly flammable.
And Morb gives you a wink. And I'm gonna say, since they're still not necessarily expecting it, we're gonna just do this real quick. He's gonna boot open that door. He's gonna pop out and he's gonna take a quick shot.
I hope you can hit the
And-
floor.
Yeah, I know. I feel silly for making a check for this, but I don't want to necessarily just ignite something.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Oh,
So,
so
let's-
make a range check. It's fine.
One, I know it still feels silly though. 1 yellow, 4 green. I'm gonna throw in a boost die because it is 2 boost die. It's the floor,
Well,
and and it's gonna be. I said they were at medium range, so I'm assuming that we're gonna try to ignite this stuff like at their feet.
mm-hmm.
So we'll do 2 purple.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. But you, I think,
Oh my God.
like, you didn't just light them on fire; you incinerated
So-
them.
So this is how it works. More just boots open that door, and it was already like open. It didn't even latch shut, so that thing just slams open, and he jumps out, and he's just laying his blaster file all over that grease. The thing just erupts, and I mean these flames like reach almost to the ceiling at this point, right? And it's got that cool effect where from where he hits it, like there's this iris out, like ripples in a pond. It's starting to just ripple out in flame, and it's actually heading over to some barrels, some more barrels of actually what looks like to be fuel, and those explode, and part of the station ceiling comes crashing down on it, and these guys are not expecting this, and so they're like
I wouldn't
buried
think so.
they're buried under some rubble at this point. So I would say that's probably enough for all of his advantage.
I would
So you
think
got this
so.
massive wall of flame, and they're buried under some rubble. So I think unless you guys like crawl to your ship, you can make it to the ship and out. just
Sounds
fine.
good. Let's do it.
Okay, and so as you guys go in, Morb plops down in the pilot seat. He, hits the controls. He fires it off. The engines fire up. Renee comes on, just after you guys. The hatch closes up with that hiss sound, and then you can hear it locking. And the Hawk 290 Velvet Vengeance takes off, flies out of a burning, rubble-strewn hangar out of the back room, and
Before that, I look over at Morbid from the co-pilot's chair and I say, "That thing's got a little hot back there."
and Morb just says, "Yeah, they did." He doesn't know how to respond. He doesn't know how to respond to that.
All right, sweet. Well, that ended very satisfactorily. For as much failure and despair and everything else that happened.
I get that is the beauty and the majesty that is Fantasy Flight's Edge of the Empire, Age of Rebellion, Force and Destiny line, where you can fail forward and it be glorious. And it's more about your clever wits of how you can turn a failure into your advantage. No pun intended. Yeah, it's a great system.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, and I was against switching over to this at the start.
How many times, how many phone conversations did we have? For how long did I tell you that we needed to play this system?
But I spent so much time trying to learn Saga Edition. I was
know,
not
but-
just going to throw it away.
That's the beauty of it. Like, we
Uh.
have spent far less time learning this system and have played more and had better games and done cooler things than freaking
I agree.
D20. I mean, it will always have a special place in my heart. Like Final Fantasy VIII will always be my favorite Final Fantasy, even though it is not the best. I understand that. It was still my first Final Fantasy. It will always be my favorite. Saga will have a special place in my heart because it was our introduction into the role-playing hobby. But this system is just so... I just love it so much. It's so simple, but yet so fun and deep and crazy.
I like
And
it.
it feels a lot more Star Wars-y. Yeah.
It does. It definitely does. I mean, when I watch the movies now, I can see just what roles might be happening behind the curtain.
I did that in The Last Jedi. I don't remember what scene it was. I think it was... Well, I don't know if anybody's a spoiler or not, but it was the scene on the bridge with Poe.
Hmm. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that makes sense.
There was a couple of other failures with advantage or triumph, and I'm just, like, my brain, I can't help but kind of let it go. Well, he failed that. Oh, look, there you got some advantage. Oh, that must have been a triumph.
Well, that was a success, but he definitely got a despair.
Yep.
All right. Well,
And while we're talking about that, though, I gotta throw a shout out to that freaking Talon roll that Poe did.
it was
that
nice. It was nice.
That was a Talon roll for sure.
Now we have an on-screen thing for what that is. Now we just need to see some sloops.
We do, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, thank everybody for joining us on this session number 2 of Bounty of Vengeance, and hopefully everybody will have a happy set of holidays, as it'll be 2 weeks before we're back at this again, and I can't wait.
Indeed.
This is panning out to be a nice, fun adventure. So yeah, it's really fun being able just to focus on playing and thinking about decisions to make. So it's fun on this side of the table, I gotta say.
Yeah, it's I miss this side of the table too.
It's nice.
It's fun. I enjoy both sides of the table. I'm glad that we're working this out to where we can kind of get both. So,
all right. Well,
yeah,
take it
thanks
easy,
everybody.
everybody.
Good night.
We'll see you next time.